Welcome back. Welcome back to another video. It's not really like a reaction video or anything. It's mostly just a F1 news for today. So I kind of want to do this like every Wednesday because it's kind of like the halfway mark to the week. So just to catch up, see what's going on, see what kind of news we have been seeing about, learning about. Hope you guys are doing good and very, very amazing. Again, congrats to Verstappen for winning this past weekend at Japan. I did watch the race highlights. I actually did watch the race highlights. There's a lot of stuff I do want to talk about. Obviously, Checo Perez, McLaren again. McLaren again starting to have another good performance. Fernando Alonso, I feel like is starting to. Maybe I'm saying it wrong, but he's not as dominant as he was early on in the season. Um, but most importantly, Checo Perez. So I've been seeing some people talking about, is Checo Perez in trouble? What's going on with Checo? The last few races haven't really been Checo-esque because he has been having some issues, stuff like that. Obviously, this week, he wasn't great. So I'm not really sure what's going on with Checo. Not really sure what's going on with Checo, but he needs to be better. And you guys know how Red Bull is. They are so cutthroat. If they don't see performing well, they're going to get rid of you. And we've seen it. Kvyat, Danny Rick, Albon, and a lot of other guys as well. So it's a lot. It's a lot, but that's what comes to Red Bull. Obviously, the standards are so high because they have Max Verstappen, so they are going to win. They want to win, and they're so used to winning now. They're on a chance to win with the third straight, three-peat. So we are going to see what goes down. They already clinched the constructors, if I'm correct. But let's go ahead. Let's see what's going on. Checo Perez, man. Shout out to Planet F1. Let's see, man. Haas principal Günther Steiner hinted that the pressure which Sergio Perez is facing at Red Bull led to his collision with K-Mag. Ooh. So, like I said, we did see that at the race, and also, so like I said, just Checo Perez. I don't think they are going to get rid of him personally. I just don't see it happening. I mean, K-Mag was already done, but still, though, man, you still wasn't cool. Still wasn't really cool. Um, obviously came out and told me he was a shitty one. It kind of ruined the race, but Haas hasn't really had that much great success, anyway. So I'm not really sure, but Checo needs to be better. I think he is going to be better. I'm not, like I said, I don't think he's gonna lose his spot unless it continues for the rest of the season, which I doubt. I think Checo is a better driver than what we have seen the last few weeks, but I mean, it's hard pressure trying to live up to Max Verstappen in every race. You know what I mean? Like, you're obviously the B driver and not the A driver. Unless he goes like a Valtteri Bottas route and becomes like an A driver for like a smaller team. But we're going to see. But if I'm Jacob Perez, I'm just tightening up. I'm just going to tighten up, do my job, come out and play, man. Just race. Nick Vries is in Formula E. Obviously, Nick Vries has had very, very good success in Formula E. Obviously, with him getting dropped in the season by AlphaTauri, it wasn't really the greatest times for Nick Vries. It kind of sucks. Now said that regarding a lot of like F1 drivers as well, like you work so hard, you're in Formula E, you're in Formula 3, you're in Formula 2, you make it Formula 1, and you get dropped. You did even finish at the full season. I mean, if Latifi could do it, if Mazepin can do it, even Mick Schumacher finish up the season. But then poor Nate DeVries, and by AlphaTauri as well, kind of sucks. But that's just it's just the way that it is. It's very very unfortunate though, and it is kind of just it's a F1 life. So we will see, man. It does suck though, but I don't think they are going to take action. Trust me. I mean, you see right here all the articles and stuff. I don't think they are going to take action. Also, Liam Lawson is not going to be part of the AlphaTauri team. Obviously, I think they signed Dane Rick for the rest of the season. I think it was tough because also Liam has shown some things since the Dane Rick incident. But at the same time, I know a lot of people really wanted to see Liam Lawson, and like at this point, who else could he sign for next season? If you look at some of the teams, I think Guan Yu just re-signed with Alfa Romeo. Also, AlphaTauri is not gonna be there. Williams, Albon, and Logan Sargent. Do they keep Sargent and Liam takes his spot? Because I think Albon's tied down, so Albon can't really leave unless I think a bigger offer. Is he good enough to hire teams? Alpine's pretty much settled. Aston Martin's pretty much settled. So for Liam Lawson, it may not be over, but I think at this point it may be Williams, but it's only because if they don't keep Logan Sargent, I think they are. Obviously the American fan base, we don't think it'd be too happy if he does get let go. Personally, I mean, it is what it is. Like, you gotta compete, and Williams needs some success. Obviously, with how Albon with how Alex Albon has been racing this season, they got something to build with Alex. Now they just need somebody else to kind of like match that, or just be a solid number two to Albon. So we will see, man. We will see, but it's tough though. It's tough though. It's very, very, very tough. That's just the way Formula One is. It's just the way Formula One is, and eventually, Sargent is gonna have to get going. I think he is though, but we will see. But last one I want to talk to you guys about is this Adrian Newey news, which I wasn't really too sure about. I actually didn't really know anything about that. So apparently, my guy says he believed he messed up the switch from active back to passive suspension 94, which made that year's Williams very, very difficult to drive. Obviously, I think he was very, very close with Ayrton Senna. And we do know some about Adrian Newey, just what he's done and stuff like that. The current Red Bull chief technical officer was going through another dominant patch in his career at Williams, been heading up their design team in the early 90s. But the 94 season was struck with tragedy when three-time world champion Senna lost his life at Imola after the incident at can't say that. Just a day after the Roland Ratzenberger at the same circuit. I've always felt, and I don't know if I ever really told you guys, but I think that's probably my most disappointed in F1. Now I understand, when they've had drivers pass away, they would still drive. But I always felt in 1994, like by that time, you should understand that if you just had a death the day before, why are you letting the drivers continue to race again? Now, compared to what it is now, it's completely different, and I understand. But I just always felt at that point, like at that time, you should know better. Like you should just know better. You should just know better. Like I think it just should have been a bit more impact when not racing that week, because maybe Senna would still be with us. Maybe he still would have been collecting wins and championships. So it's a very, very tough topic to talk about. Death is really hard to talk about, stuff like that. But that's just my little 2 cents in it. But it's rest in peace, Senna. Rest in peace. Senna left his long-held relationship with McLaren to join Williams in the quest for a 4th title, with the team having to take over from McLaren as a sport's top performers. Yeah, this is when Williams was actually good. This is when Williams was actually good. Obviously, so much stuff has happened, since then, going to now. So it would be nice to see Williams one day getting back to it. Obviously, because I haven't really witnessed that, so it would be very, very nice to see them back in it. But yeah, man, it's very, very unfortunate, to see, I mean, it was obviously a very short relationship, unfortunately. I'm suppose I'm not as bad as I used to be on this, but part of my competitive thing was that when you have someone like Ayrton that you're up against battling year after year, they kind of not demonize him, but he's kind of the enemy. It's unfortunate though. The 94 cars were more huge guys, regardless of what was the cause of the incident at Imola. The one thing you could definitely say about the car is it was aerodynamically unstable. We've had 2 years of active suspensions, and it's my fault. I completely messed up the aerodynamics of going back to passive suspension in the much bigger ride height range that has to cope with it. So he knew there was some issues with it, and it's unfortunate because he missed the ones where shots, and that is a big thing to like f you up. Like you have one of the greatest drivers of all time, Ayrton Senna, and then just to lose him, like instantly, that can just send shockwaves to any team. I don't wish that on nobody. I don't wish that on any, sporting league team, whatever. And, especially for Williams, it's like, damn, like, he was supposed to be the guy for us. And I don't think it really, really ever recovered from that, honestly. So it's just so, so much. And, I think that's why I also had like a little soft spot for Williams. Because I know, we make fun of them, obviously, with, Latifi and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, this is one of the greatest F1 teams in history, just the history that they had and all. And for them to not be able to get back to that, greatness they were at, kind of sucks. And, I know a lot of older F1 a lot of older F1 fans probably feel like that as well. Because they grew up, seeing Williams dominate, stuff like that. So I'm just used to him being ass. So that's that's unfortunate. But like I said, hopefully one day we can see it. But that's pretty much the news, man. Like I said, every Wednesday I do want to do is just to like catch up with you guys, stuff like that. Hope you guys did enjoy it. As always, don't forget to like and sub as well to the channel. We will be back tomorrow, Friday, because I am going to be gone this weekend. I am going to be out of town. Stay safe and stay amazing. Peace.